And welcome to another episode of the Michigan Sports Truth Podcast on Stables Media. I'm Taylor Phillips, along with special guest Jeff Moss of the Detroit Sports Rag. You can follow him on Twitter at HowAboutIt91. This is an exclusive impromptu interview.
That's not me. That's my dog, Marlo. I have nothing to do with that account.
Oh, okay.
Please do not get me in any trouble. I don't want to get banned from Twitter again. That is my dog, a 6-year-old beagle named Marlo. I have nothing to do with that account.
I got you. Yep, that's right. Yep.
I have no responsibility for that account. That is my dog, a beagle, who I've taught how to type. And
yeah, I remember getting you that dog in Manton.
Yes, you did. You did. And you traveled from McBain, I believe.
Yep.
Not Bain, but McBain.
Mm-hmm.
And you found that dog, and he was about 2.5 months old. And I've had him ever since. I drove up all the way almost to Cadillac, Michigan. And Marlo, named after Marlo Stanfield from The Lawyer. And he's a very good dog. He's home in Michigan right now. I'm in Lexington, Kentucky at this hotel bar. If you want to see what's going on here, you got some people here, and that's the Beast.
Awesome.
And I'm here trying to follow COVID protocols. And I gotta get
you got your mask.
I got this over my nose. And what's up, DTP?
Not much. Just having the Red Wings preseason game against the Penguins on here. Just scouting. We got Pius Suter getting the only goal. I believe, the Red Wings just destroyed their own two-man advantage. Now we're on a 4-on-4. How hilarious is that?
It's hilarious. Is Corey Raymond playing today?
Oh, what's that? Oh, yeah, Lucas Raymond? Raymond?
Yeah, Lucas, whatever his name is.
Well, I think he's playing today. Otherwise, he's getting a rest. But anyway.
Hold on a second. I got to put my mask down for a second and have some of this margarita.
Yep.
The Beast
right,
is here.
gotcha.
You want to talk to the Beast? DTP, you want to talk to the Beast? Hold on a second. This mask is falling
Sure.
down. Beast, come over here. Got to get on the Beast here. DTP, meet the Beast.
Hey, Beast, how's it going?
He said, how you doing?
Good. I'm doing good.
Seattle,
Heavy Seattle.
And down there.
Oh,
I'm
Seattle.
in Kentucky right now, and I can't bet in Kentucky for some reason on FanDuel, so I couldn't get any action on this game. But
Oh.
I'm all right. You want to book me? I don't pay very well. Don't want to book my fucking bet.
Nice to meet you, pal.
All right. The Beast says, nice to meet you, pal.
Nice to meet you, Beast.
So what are we going to talk about? Real estate?
Let's talk about real estate. But before we... Yep.
Hold on a second.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Yep.
I got to get another mask.
While I wait, this show is sponsored by the Viget Sports mobile app where great fans cover. Use the hashtag #GreatFansCover to support the Viget Sports mobile app. Download the Viget Sports mobile app from the Apple App Store or Google Play. Sign up and type in the referral code STABLES with a capital S and the rest of the letters being lowercase, including the letter B as in billionaire in the middle.
Wait a second.
Faith
Are
no
you
more.
Sponsored by Bigot? BIGOT? That's wrong on many levels.
Yeah.
Bigot or Viget?
Viget.
Oh, I think you said bigot. That would not be cool.
No. Yeah, it's a sports mobile app. It's a sports mobile app.
We're very low. Oh, Bigot. Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah, it's a sports mobile app, for sports fans that they can socialize and bet VIG coins on teams. Yes, you can also use like electronic money to bet.
Is it real money?
I don't think so. But I think it's VIG coins. It's almost real money, but not quite.
I'm confused, but I'm also on my fourth margarita.
Yeah. But you should download the VIG. You should download the VIG It app and type in the referral code Stables with a capital
Okay.
S.
I'm telling all my people out there who follow my dog.
Yep.
You go download the Bigot app, Stables, and bet fake money like you're playing Monopoly, and you'll be all set.
Yep. Also, a shout out to Cali Tickets for sponsoring the Detroit Sports Rag. Visit CaliTickets.com or call 877-225-8425 to purchase tickets to a featured event. And yes, I'm.
Yeah, I haven't had any talks with Cali Tickets in like 17 years, so I don't know what's going on. I don't even know if Mark
like
Golden's
2 or
still
3.
alive.
Like
Mark?
Mark.
Promoting.
Yeah, he's still alive.
Have you talked to him?
Yeah, he's. The last I talked to him, he said still not enough business to sponsor yet.
Oh.
But I wanted to give a shout out to him and Cali Tickets constantly to get the word out about Cali Tickets. I'm trying to get it to.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, I'm trying to get the word out to sponsor that so Cali Tickets can start sponsoring the Michigan Sports Truth podcast on Stables Media in advance or later on.
I've got two masks on here. I'm the only person in Kentucky. I'm the only person in Kentucky wearing one mask, and I got two. I'm getting some stares here.
Two's better than one.
Yes, it is.
Two's better than one, partner.
I'm trying not to get COVID, and watching the football game. My friend the Beast is over here. We're drinking margaritas from, what's this place called? Condado. El Condado. My friend is from Ecuador. He pronounced it correctly. I pronounced it like the Jew that I am. El Condado. Tomorrow, I'll be at Keeneland betting on some horsies.
All right.
Are we in 50-50? The Beast is in 50-50, so he's looking to lose any of his retirement money. But, let's go going. Let's talk about real estate. Let's start with real estate.
Yeah, let's do that.
I'm in a lot of we don't have any real estate, but so I've been trying to sell my house since, I don't know, 3 months now, I think it is. And so I finally sold my house, got an offer for $335,000. And this guy who's a doctor, allegedly, buys my house and gets an inspection, comes up with some BS about some foundation issues I don't even understand. I've never had any water intrusion in my house. He's saying there's something wrong with my deck. There's nothing wrong with my deck. We've had the worst rain, Taylor. You know this. I don't have to tell you. I'm sure in McBain. I'm sure in Bain. I'm sure in Cadillac. I'm sure everywhere up north in Detroit, Farmington Hills, Southgate, Taylor, River Rouge. We've had more rain, Taylor, this year than I think any time in the last 100 years, right?
Yeah, and severe storms too.
That too, severe storm. I haven't had an
and tornadoes.
I haven't had an ounce of rainwater in my lower level. I have a tri-level. So, you got a lower level, you got the main level, and you got the upper level. I haven't had an ounce of water anywhere in my house. And this guy says there's some foundation. What BS, okay. So I say, okay, sell the house, be done with it. I tell him I'll take $5,000 off it. $330, call it a deal. Next thing I know, this guy's inspecting my septic tank. Now, there's nothing wrong with my septic tank. He's got some shyster septic company come out and says that there's something wrong with the drain field. Do you even know what a drain field is, DTP?
Drain field.
Yeah.
Explain to our audience.
So I guess what happens is, listen, I'm Jewish. I really don't know a lot about this stuff. But I guess because I'm not on a sewer system like a city, and you might have this in McBain, I don't know. But like when we defecate in the house, it doesn't go into a sewer system. It goes into a septic tank in my front lawn. Now that sounds pretty putrid. I'm getting stares here in this bar. I don't think people like this conversation. But anyway, it all goes into this septic tank in this drain field. I mean, I really don't understand it. But I've never had an issue. I've been in this house for 14 years. Not one issue. Every year and a half, 2 years, I have a septic company come out. They clean everything. Never an issue. This guy has a septic company come out, and they say the drain field's going to fail, blah, blah, blah. So he tries to back out of the deal because he says that the septic tank, not the septic tank is fine. He admits that. But the drain field's going to fail in like 3 to 5 years. Now, look at this whole freaking world could get hit by a comet in the next, who knows? There's nothing wrong with the drain field right now. This guy tries to back out of the deal. And I'm like, well, you can't do that. There's a lot of reasons. There's a lot of legalese. My attorney, Ben Shipper, can explain it to you if he wants to do a podcast with you or a show or whatever you call this.
I'm always here.
Yeah, I think Ben, I'm gonna get Ben in, I'll get Ben in touch with you, and he can break it down from a legal standpoint.
I'll send him the StreamYard link.
One-on-one. You can send him a link, and you can promote Cali tickets, even though I'm not even sure they sell tickets anymore. But anyway, so now I'm like saying to this guy, look, I'm having my attorney review this, and I don't think this is a bunch of BS. You're backing out of the deal after weeks. And this is phony nonsense. But keep in mind, this guy's a doctor, supposedly, allegedly. I haven't seen any proof of that.
Right.
Now, my realtor tells my broker tells his broker, whatever it is, I don't know the terms from real estate, but that this is a bunch of phony malarkey. Next thing I know, my realtor gets an email from his realtor saying that his earnest money check of $10,000, the check bounced for non-sufficient funds. Now, do you know what earnest money is, DTP?
Earnest money,
Are you aware
yeah.
of that term?
Yeah.
I know you know it, but I'll explain it. So when someone makes an offer on your house to take it off the market so no one else can bid on it, in good faith, they say, we'll give you X amount of money. In this case, they said $10,000. So this guy supposedly what's supposed to happen is he's supposed to write a check for $10,000, and it's supposed to be put in an escrow account, a trust account. So if there's any dispute later down the line, that $10,000 either goes to him or me or whatever, but it's in escrow, right? So nobody can touch it. And then if there's something that needs to be adjudicated later on, that's determined, and then whoever gets the money gets the money. Well, this guy allegedly writes a bad check. A doctor, DTP.
Wow.
A bad check. Says the check was returned for non-sufficient funds. So now he defaulted from day one because this was going on for a month. So if he really had written a check for non-sufficient funds, his realtor would have known within maybe 48 to 72 hours. Well, nobody tells us until 3-4 weeks later. So you can see this smells to high heaven. Are you following me on this?
Yeah.
So now I'm in a situation where the house isn't sold. This guy never either gave the guy a check, the money never got deposited. Who knows? We don't know. So we're going to file a lawsuit against the broker, the agent, the buyer. It's a mess. So meanwhile, I'm still in my house. Well, not right now. I'm in Lexington, Kentucky in a hotel because I'm going to Keeneland tomorrow for the weekend for horse racing. But that's the situation. It's extremely aggravating. It's causing me a great deal of stress. And I thought I had my house sold, and now I don't. And this guy, he absconds with the $10,000 earnest money. It's completely fraudulent, farcical, and I just wanted to get that off my chest before we discussed anything else.
Mhm.
But that's my real estate update for October 7th, 2021.
Yeah, and you've been waiting patiently, and they've been taking too long for some reason. They just take too long.
I want to say shout out to the Milnick family listening out there, and
And
a
watching
lot of
too.
the people from the DSR, Jason Petak, also known as Chalk. A lot of people out there, Krieger. It's just a lot of DSR people because they wanted the update on this real estate issue. A lot of people dying for this information. It's an exclusive to you. I haven't tweeted about this. I haven't posted it on Facebook. I haven't really discussed this with many family members even. But I'm giving you 100% exclusivity to this story. Now, I'm going to have to go away for 1 second because if you look out, this is outside over here. I want to go drink. I want to take a sip of my margarita, but I don't want to take my mask off because I don't want to get COVID. I have an 18-month-old child. I don't want to come home from Kentucky. So I'm going to go away for 1 second. I'm going to have a sip of my margarita from Condado. I speak Spanish like a Jew. Like I said, hold on. I don't have any idea. I'll be right back. I'm going to go outside, take my mask off, and have a drink. So talk about, maybe you can summarize the situation with the earnest money, the real estate, and I'll be right back. I'm going to have a drink, and I'll be right back. Salute. I don't think is that Yiddish? I'll be right back.
So for those watching, this doctor bouncing an earnest money check, 9 sufficient funds. Yeah, a bad check bounced by a doctor. Just, man. And Moss and his guys are filing a lawsuit. So got word from Miguel Locuta. Can't make it, got a funeral. Always archived, I'll tell him.
All right, I had some of my drink. I'm back. I got the mask, double mask.
Mm-hmm.
And so now we got the earnest money issue, the real estate situation out of the way.
Mm-hmm.
So I am now opening up the floor to you. You can ask any question you'd like. We can discuss the Tigers, the Red Wings.
First off,
Lions,
we're going to discuss them. The Wolverines and
SLS,
Spartans.
Insurance adjusting.
Yep.
Any issue is on the table.
Oh, including the website.
It's an open press conference. And I appreciate you, as always.
Mm-hmm.
You've been a good friend for many years. You found me my dog.
Yep.
And you let me come on here. We talked about my friend Tepid Butters' issue with finding a house.
Yes.
Unfortunately,
that's the last time we talked.
Yeah, unfortunately, 2021, there's been a lot of discussion about real estate. And I know that the Sports Truth isn't exactly a real estate program. It's more about sports and other general topics regarding athletics in the Detroit and Michigan area.
They can operate the same way as the DSR.
Yeah, but I always appreciate you because no holds barred. You let me come on here. You let me say my piece, whether I'm talking about, salad bars or real estate deals gone bad. And it's the only show in Michigan, really, that gives me an opportunity because I've retired. I'm done. I'm very busy at work. I'm probably too busy at work. I'm extremely busy at work, working 12, 14-hour days. And I've got a child at home. Liam. You're very familiar with him.
Yes.
Who's hopefully
I've seen him
watching
on Facebook.
at home.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, you have, and you liked many photos of him. And I just got a lot of things going. So I can't keep up the DSR. I can't do podcasts. But every once in a while, maybe 6 to 8 months, I chime in. I come on your show. A very good friend. Everyone should know DTP, Michigan Sports Truth. Very good friend of the website.
Hit him with the hind.
Hit him with the hind, everything.
Hit him with a hind.
And,
Yes, that's what we say in our closing to close it out on every episode.
So I just don't
of
have
our
enough time to dedicate anymore to fully running the website. So what I do is I come on here, give an update, and I always appreciate it. You're always a very big fan of the website, and so I'm
the Detroit Sports Rag website.
The floor is open to you. Any questions, I am willing to answer. So let's go.
Yeah. So let's get to the website. I saw it was suspended. I was like, oh no, what the hell happened?
So like I said, I don't know where you are. I got to find you.
I'm at home.
But anyway, so I don't know. I really don't know what happened with the suspension. I don't think it's really suspended. I think I might be a little bit of a derelict and I didn't pay the bill. I don't know. I don't even know who to pay. I really don't care. But the website's dead. I just don't have time to give any time to it. My free time, I don't have any free time much. It's either work, dealing with my kid, or gambling. So I just don't care to revive it. My dog tweets, not me. It's not me. It's Marlo. He tweets. And that's about it. And I talk to you every few months. But that's about it. I just don't have the patience, the time. I just turned 49 years old a few weeks ago. I'm just over it. Now, I know you're heartbroken by that. Thank you very much. I know you're heartbroken by it. But the DSR, I hope you're sitting down. I think you're sitting down.
I'm sitting down on a stability ball.
Yeah.
Very comfortable.
I have no idea what that is, but that sounds kind of
like an exercise ball.
Okay. But okay. I'm just going to ignore that. But anyway,
that's okay.
The DSR is done. And if you want any DSR content, you're just going to have to turn to the Michigan Sports Truth maybe twice a year and get it. But it's just, I don't have time.
I'll get it from you first.
Yes. And Marlo will, sometimes pass along something that you might overhear me say in the house. And that's about it because I just don't have the time.
He's your bodyguard.
I know there's some
Tell him I said hi.
There's some narcissists out there who,
in the Detroit sports media,
tens of thousands of dollars trying to remain relevant, and they get 4 views on their podcast and
such as the Task Force Gains Media.
Yeah, whatever they are.
Always aggravated. Doesn't matter.
I just don't care. I don't have an ego that. Oh, there's a dog. You want to see a dog? DTP? Look at the dog.
Please do. Yeah, please show it.
Doggy in the hotel.
It's a poodle. It's a poodle.
I think it is. Anyway, I don't care. I don't care anymore. All I care about is
me neither.
Making a living, supporting my son, and the rest of it, the notoriety, the fame. Hold on a second. I need some more of that margarita. I'm not going to go out this time. I'm just going to try not to get cold. There's nobody really around me.
That's okay. I'll let you off.
Okay. So I got the 2 masks. Okay. So
I'm pretty sure nobody's going to nail you. I'm pretty sure nobody's going to nail you with that. Yeah, because they see you still have your mask on anyway, and when you have to take a sip, just take it. They understand it better.
So what do you got? What do you got question-wise here?
All right, so
rapid fire. I'll answer anything.
Lions going 0-4 and the possibility of going 0-17. Now, I understand your points about Dan Campbell. He's done a great job. Anthony Lynn, the offensive coordinator, is running the awful play calling. Anthony Lynn. Yeah, and I saw your tweets after we did our last episode. We thought it was Dan Campbell, but it's not. It's Anthony Lynn. So I'll tell my co-hosts about that. Ed Smith ranted about the Lions and their stupidity in Chicago this past Sunday and whatnot. You might need to listen to it anyway, but if we ever criticized Dan Campbell, that was our bad. So, that being said, what are the chances of the Lions going 0-17? They went 0-16 2008.
I don't think they're going to go 0-17. I mean, they were a 6-yard field goal bounce away from
66 yards. Yeah, that's Justin Tucker.
Yeah, but I don't see them going 0-17. They'll win a game here or there somewhere down the line. Maybe beat the Bears at home, or they'll win. They're not going to go 0. I don't think they're going to go.
But those typical Lions fans say the refs caused this. But here's the thing: 4th and 19, Lamar Jackson felt a wide open Sammy Watkins for a 36-yard reception to set up that Justin Tucker 66-yard field goal. That Lions secondary defense for years upon years has been always trash. It has. That's what lost the Lions the game.
Yeah. Well,
clearly.
Listen, I don't know how much you want to talk about this team. This team is never going to get better. I mean, this is just.
As long as the Fords own it, it will never get better.
We're going on 64 years. I'm actually
going on 65 now.
Yeah, pleasantly surprised that Dan Campbell actually seems to have some sort of idea of what to do on 4th down. I mean, the guy's got no talent. The original sin of Sheila Hemp, whatever her name is.
Hemp, yep, you got it.
Firestone, whatever, is that you don't give a failing, lousy front office an ultimatum to win or else. Because when you do that, and what she did with Patricia and Quinn, was she said, you got to basically make the playoffs next year or you're going to get fired. It was kind of an ultimatum like that, maybe not so harsh. And the problem is when you do that, you're opening yourself up to short-sighted decisions. And instead of looking at the long-term health of the franchise or formulating a plan for the long haul, all you're doing by coming out publicly and saying these people are on a secret probation is they're looking to save their own ass, not what's good for the franchise. And that's what happened. Instead of investing in a quarterback like maybe who's out in Los Angeles now, they draft a cornerback at 3, which is a reach. You don't draft a cornerback at 3 unless it's Deion Sanders.
Jeff Okudah, my name.
And Jeff Okudah is not Deion Sanders. So you're setting yourself up to you're basically telling your staff, do what's good for you to save your job versus what's good for the health of the franchise over maybe a 5 to 10 year period. And that's what Sheila Ford did. And she got bit in the ass by it because now this team has almost no talent. I don't care who the head coach of this team is. This team isn't winning more than 3 or 4 games with the greatest coach in the history of football.
Yeah, so their new quarterback, Jared Goff, stinks. Too many throws off target.
He's a dopey guy. This guy,
Goff,
he needs Sean McVay in his ear telling him exactly what to do, and he doesn't have that. Anthony Lynn, I think he's done okay. Dan Campbell is basically overachieved. I mean, I would say, based on what I've seen in the first few weeks, Dan Campbell might be the best in-game manager that I've ever seen a Detroit Lions coach in my life. Darryl Rogers, Wayne Fonts, Monty Clark, Rod Marinelli, Bobby Ross, Steve Mer. You go on and on. Nobody's made better fourth down. I don't care if they work or don't work. I understand some of these plays haven't worked. A lot of times, as my good friend Mahir Bahatnagar has said,
I gave him a mention.
Has made the wrong reads on some of these plays. But he's gone for other than the only thing I would complain about in 4 weeks is basically 2 weeks ago, the end of the second half. The clock management was horrid. I don't know what was going on there. But other than that, I got no complaints. He's got a bad team. You know, you just listen, you can be the best jockey in the world. If you're on a mule, you're not going to win the Kentucky Derby. So I have no problem with Dan Campbell. And I was not a fan or a proponent of hiring him. The guy reminds me of PC Principal from South Park. He seems like a meathead, but I can't bitch about him. I think he's been fine. But this team has just got no talent. It's perennial the same thing. And I don't see it getting any better. And, you know, so, I mean, that's all I got to say about the Lions. I'd go on to another subject because that's all I got to say.
Yeah, I think Brad Holmes needs to start stacking at least some talent, like for next season, like next off season. So,
well,
the general manager.
There's not really a trade market in the NFL, and what do they have to trade? Who are they going to trade? I mean, what are you going to do?
Also, you got the NFL draft. The NFL draft. But
that's not until April of next year.
Right.
There's nothing you can do. I mean, I got nothing against Holmes.
Right. I'm talking future-wise.
Well, listen, this team is so depleted of talent.
Mm-hmm.
And you're asking your fan base, most 78% of which are complete morons, to go through another rebuild after 64 years of rebuilds. It's not worth even talking about. We should go on to another subject because my margarita's running out. I know a lot of Lions fans miss Matthew Stafford, but that's already a dead subject. The beast over here is a season ticket holder who gives his hard-earned money over to this franchise, and he's part of the problem. I mean, if people stop showing up, The one other thing I will say is about the booing of Sheila Ford. Okay.
Yeah. About Calvin Johnson.
Before we go on to any other topic that you want, anybody who's defending the Ford family, these fucking people, excuse my language, I try to maintain decorum. I'm trying not to swear. I'm trying to keep to a low level. But these people,
we're allowed to swear a little bit.
These people who say that she shouldn't have been booed. This family, people should, when they're out in public, people should throw their shoes at them or tomatoes. I mean, this family has done over the last 7 or 8 decades such a disservice to Detroit sports fans between William Clay Ford Sr., the blind bat wife of his, and now Sheila. I mean, what do people expect? You win one playoff game in 64 years.
And still counting.
The best thing you can do to those people is boo them. What do you think is going to happen? They're getting beat at halftime of a game. And, people say, oh, it was about people were mad about the money that Calvin is owed or whatever. People don't give a
$1.6 million.
People don't care about that.
Calvin's a multi-millionaire.
Yeah, people don't give a damn about Calvin Johnson's a multi-millionaire with a cannabis business making even more money. Nobody cares about his money. Nobody cares. As a matter of fact, if you ever look at someone,
he deserves better.
That's fine. I understand that. But if you ever look at Dave Burkett, Justin Rogers, Kyle Meinke, any of these people, whenever they tweet about that issue, it's almost 70-30 taking the Ford family's position.
Oh,
most
man,
people
I
think
know.
that Calvin
I've seen shit like that from such shit media.
Please keep the swearing to a minute. But anyway, Taylor, nobody cares. A lot of Lions fans are so dopey and idiotic. They don't even take Calvin. And people weren't booing because of Calvin Johnson. Oops, I lost my AirPod.
No, that's okay.
They weren't booing because of that.
They were booing Sheila Ford Hamp.
They're booing since 1963. I can't do the math that quick because I've been drinking since about 5 o'clock. But they're booing the Ford ownership. That's what they're booing. They're booing this horrible team. Nobody cares about whether or not a millionaire has another $1.5 million in his bank account or a billionaire has $1.5 million. But nobody cares. They care that the product that they're watching is terrible, even if they're stupid enough to go pay for it. So, I mean, and these fans, these morons, these people who are aghast that people are booing Sheila Ford at Kelvin. I mean, what the fuck is your problem?
Right.
I mean,
what's the media's
serious?
problem? What is the media's problem?
Well, I don't even know. I don't even pay attention to that. But I'm talking about more of these fan blogs, like Pride of Detroit.
Yeah.
And, I mean, you had multiple cancer survivors on Twitter bashing Lions fans for booing Sheila Ford. Like, if I survive cancer, the last thing I'm dedicating my life to is defending people who are destroying the environment on a daily basis and causing great harm to a football program which has won 0 playoff games since 1991. So let's go on to another topic. That's all I got to say about that.
Yeah. Fans deserve better. That's it. So the Tigers, let's summarize this. Tigers finished third in the AL Central, 77-85. And you pointed out, and Marlo Moss pointed out on Twitter that AJ Hinch cannot stand Alavila, and Alavila is going to get kicked upstairs, and a new GM approved by Hinch will be chosen. So, yeah, Marlo wanted to back up your points. So,
well, I got to say something. You know, I don't know if that's going to happen or not. That wasn't my story. That was Marlo's. But you got to take everything Marlo.
Yeah, I said Marlo.
You got to take everything. You got to take everything that Marlo says with a grain of salt because Marlo also licks his own ass on a regular basis. So I don't know. I can't vouch for that story, but it seems like regardless if Avila is the GM in name or what, it seems like AJ Hinch is pulling a lot of the strings behind the scenes. So I don't know. We'll see what happens this offseason. My gut tells me that they're going to do the bare minimum, that Chris Ilitch has always been cheap. He's always taken the cheap way out.
He's going to
try to look like a hero by maybe going after Verlander, maybe try to sign one of the lower-level shortstops. But based on the comments that Avila made the other day, I don't see this team making a Mike Ilitch big splash in free agency. They'll do the bare minimum, which is ridiculous because they're in a very winnable division. You know, most of the teams in that division, Cleveland, Minnesota, Kansas City, aren't even trying.
Chicago finished first.
Yeah, they're no world beater. So if you did spend some money in Riley Green and Torkelson and, some of the pitchers develop and you added some big-name free agents, spend some money, maybe – I don't know. You spent $60-70 million in the offseason. Another big issue is they have no intention of cutting bait with their 30-some plus $1 million first baseman with a 690-some OPS who can't play the field, who is basically at this point a barnacle around the team's success. If this guy hit 3,000 hits this year, if he hit that milestone, you would hope that they would have just parted ways and bowed him out. But, they want to milk every single last record out of this, over the hill, negative WAR, loser. So, if they were really serious about trying to compete in 2022, Miguel Cabrera wouldn't be part of the equation. He's not even a replacement cost player. Spencer Torkelson should be the first baseman next year. And, Cabrera, there's just no – what value is to him? They should buy him out, but they're not going to because they want to be there, to celebrate the 3,000 hits.
Which means nothing.
Well, who cares? Like I said, I don't care about 500 home runs. I don't care about 3,000 hits. This team, all we've had in the last since 1984 is personal achievements. They haven't won anything. They haven't won a World Series
Since 1984, the year I was born.
Yeah, they squandered. The talents of Scherzer, Verlander, Cabrera, J.D. Martinez, Doug Fister, Victor Martinez. I mean, the list goes on and on. They squandered all that talent. They win no World Series. I don't care about Cy Youngs. I don't care about Triple Crowns. I don't care about MVPs. I don't care about 5,000 or 500 home runs. I don't care about 3,000 hits. I don't care about any of it. I don't give a damn. I didn't watch any of those 500 home run parade nonsense. I don't care.
You got a point. All that statistic stuff about Miguel Cabrera does not matter. It's the team that matters, and they just can't win a World Series. That's it. That's the point. Individual players don't matter if a team can't win a World Series. That's the point, and you got a point.
Of course I do. I'm Jeff Moss.
There you go.
So anyway, that's my position. I just the bare. What is their payroll next year? You telling me you can't go out and sign 3 big name free agents? Why not? Even if you do, you're still going to be $40-50 million under what your dad used to spend. COVID should be pretty much dissipated by that point. You're going to bed? They're not making the playoffs. The Beast is going to bed. The Beast is going to bed.
You heard it here first. The Pistons are
This guy's been drinking even more than me. They're not making the playoffs.
They're making the playoffs.
How much you want to bet?
Yeah, the Pistons. Huh.
So the Beast is going to bed.
Tell him good night for me, all right?
All right, I'll tell the Beast.
Yep.
So what else do we want to talk about? I'm going to go see what's going on in Slack here.
Yep. The Red Wings, Tyler Bertuzzi decided not to get vaccinated. Therefore, he's restricted from games in Canada against the Maple Leafs and Flames and Oilers and such. Tyler Bertuzzi is a moron. Simple. The Red Wings need him, but the Red Wings need him to get vaccinated. Just simple. Just take the vaccine.
I mean, I really don't care about Tyler Bertuzzi. For all I care, he can get COVID and drop dead. He's an imbecile, just like his uncle. And I don't know what to say about the topic. I mean, I just don't know what to say. If you're not going to get vaccinated, you're dead to me. So
right.
I don't know what they're going to do. I hope Yzerman trades them, but I don't know. You can't fit into a team in Canada because he's going to miss half his games. Right. And I don't know who wants a guy who can't go to Canada. So they're just stuck. He's an idiot.
Reaps what he sows.
I don't know.
Yeah. The rest of the Red Wings, they're still coached by Jeff Blashill, who got a 2-year extension. New assistant coach Alex Tanguay can at least help the power play, but Jeff Blashill, he cannot coach any team in the National Hockey League.
Well, he can coach this one. He's being paid to.
Right.
Oh, I lost my earphone, man. I don't know. I think Yzerman just knows this team's not going to compete. He doesn't really care. So he just keeps Blashill around. He knows they're going to not be a playoff team. I don't understand it. It's just aggravating for Red Wings fans. I mean, there's not. Do you know one person who's a fan of Jeff Blashill?
Probably Chris Ilitch. He's the only guy.
I can't imagine he is, but they're not going anywhere anyway for another couple of years. Hopefully, they tank again. They get the first pick, and they get a top pick. It's a strong draft. And this team is so absolutely devoid of talent after the last 10 to 12 years of Ken Holland being the general manager. I mean, they don't have a lot of prospects. They've got Lucas Raymond. They've got Sider. There's a few guys in the pipeline, but for a team that's been as bad as they have and missed the playoffs as many years as they have. I mean, Zadina is almost at this point, I wouldn't call him a bust, but he's borderline. Dennis Cholowski, who was a first-round pick, is playing for the Seattle Kraken. They lost him purposely in the expansion draft. Evgeny
Svechnikov.
He's gone. I mean, they've had so many misses in the first round. Michael Rasmussen, another miss. When you're as bad as they've been, you can't miss 4 or 5 years in the draft, not getting anything from first-round picks, not getting anything with second and third-round picks. I mean, this team is just still another 2 or 3 years away from contention. And that's with everything going right. That's with Sider developing, with Raymond, Bergen, all these guys developing. Zadina hopefully pulling his head out of his ass and developing into what we thought he might have been. But we're so far behind the 8 ball because of Ken Holland's mismanagement that I have no hope for them. I mean, what are we going on? How many years of this ineptitude in Detroit of every single sports team in Detroit? I mean, when's the last time?
Let's mention. Let's include the Pistons too. Include the Pistons too. They won the lottery at least. Cade Cunningham. Yeah, I wanted to see him play last night just to see how he does against this. How he would have done against the San Antonio Spurs, but he had a slightly sprained ankle, and therefore he couldn't play. But he'll be back soon. I've been hearing I heard on Bally Sports Detroit one time from George Blaha, but when I watched the intro of him and Greg Kelser, but still, Cade Cunningham is a lock for the Pistons. I tried to convince everyone the whole summer before that draft took place. The Pistons didn't even waste any time taking him. But the Pistons don't have much talent except like Jeremy Grant and Cade Cunningham. Otherwise, Sadiq Bey, I mean, they still have Dwayne Casey as head coach.
I don't know. The Pistons are probably the only
owner Tom Gores. Still,
if Cade Cunningham is who we think he is, Bey is a very good player. Isaiah Stewart was a good pick. I mean, the problem with the Pistons is that really, for them to be successful, Cunningham's going to have to be a superstar, and he's going to have to lure some other, top-level player to want to come and play with him because, I don't think they're just going to be able to do it through the draft. So, as a lot of Piston fans for 9-10 years were hoping that they would bottom out and get a top 2 or 3 pick, get a difference maker like hopefully Cade Cunningham is. And they were in purgatory. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
They were in purgatory for many years where they were getting 8th, 9th, 10th pick or whatever it was. They weren't getting any difference makers.
Right.
So hopefully Cunningham works out. Hopefully, someone will want to come and play with him. And the Pistons, they'll be fun to watch this year. They got a lot of good young talent.
Cunningham will be fun to watch.
Roster. So we'll see.
I can't wait to see Cunningham play.
Other than watch Raymond, watch Sider, watch Cunningham. There'll be a few things at least to watch because
I saw Cunningham play in the summer league at least.
A couple games.
Yeah.
What I love about these? You know what I love about these masks?
Yeah.
They hide your double chin. Like you can't even see a double. You can't even see a chin. All you can see is
and they keep it warm too.
And I want to send thoughts and prayers out to Mike Patton, hoping he's doing okay.
Mm-hmm.
And I got to get upstairs because I got to finish my handicapping for Keeneland tomorrow.
Yep.
But I'll take 2 more questions for the night.
Yep. The Wolverines. We'll get to the Wolverines and Spartans.
Don't ask me about college. I don't know anything about college.
That's okay.
I barely
we'll skip
college.
it.
I went to Eastern Michigan. I'm not exactly the brightest guy in the world.
Yeah, part of the American Conference.
Yeah. So
anyway,
don't ask me about
Miguel Locuto wanted me to ask for a Diaper Rash Gang softball update from you. So.
Okay, so let me give you the update on that as I take one sip while I take my mask off. Hopefully I don't get COVID.
That's okay. You got your mask.
Here's what's going on with the Diaper Rash Gang. Hold on, I got to get these 2 masks on. My system right on. My system, more masks. Is this okay? You look good? I don't know what's going on. This is not good.
That's
No?
okay.
Hold on. Okay. So anyway, the Diaper Rash gang, we were supposed to play tonight. I'm in Kentucky. I was going to miss the game anyway. But we were 7-3 in second place in the league, the Livonia Fall League, in case anybody out there is not familiar. And we actually had a bye this week because the team that we were supposed to play, this team out of Redford called the Grateful Meds, they're a bunch of derelict degenerates, and they got kicked out of the league a few weeks ago. They got guys fighting with themselves in the parking lot on the same team. Years of just absolute nonsense. They finally got kicked out of the Livonia Fall League. So we got 2 wins tonight. So we're 9-3. We're guaranteed for the playoffs. Pretty much going to be a first or second. There's 4 teams make the playoffs. We're going to be a first or second seed. Next Thursday, we play our last week of the season against Dontrell Willis. And hopefully within those 2, we finish 11-3. We'll get the 1 or 2 seed. And, it's going to basically probably come down to us or these bunch of young punks who play for this team. They're all in their, mid-20s. They bring their girlfriends to the games and their moms. It's kind of embarrassing. They're all basically twice as old as adult, twice as young as us. We played them. We got beat. We only got 3 losses. 2 of them were to this team. We got swept. One of the games at least was mercy. And one of the guys was wearing a T-shirt that said, legalize ass eating, which is just ridiculous on so many levels because ass eating isn't even illegal at this point. I mean, I don't know any state.
Does it even exist?
It's not even a law. It's not. There's no law in the books that you can't eat ass. I mean, it's not there. And he had a shirt. They're young kids. They're punks. They need to be set straight. And hopefully in the playoffs we get a chance to do that. And we win our 3rd out of 4th championship. And, it's looking better because, really the key to our team is a guy named Mike Doney. He's the heart and soul of our team. He's like, when he's on, we're winning. There's just no question about it. And he struggled for the first few weeks of the season. Hit a bunch of balls to the warning track. But last Thursday we played against Dan Raby's brother's team, and we won, I think, one game 27-5 and one game 26-9 or something. Mercy 2 times. And Mike Doney went yard, 2 or 3 times. He looks like he's back into his form. And Aaron, our best player, he's back into it. And, I got a back problem, and I can't really play, and I stink anyway, so I shouldn't be playing. We got Petro playing second, who he's a big improvement defensively over K2.
Can you at least coach the team?
Oh, yeah, I got my iPad on the bench, and I'm managing,
there you go.
And I'm keeping score, and I'm doing all the things that Nebish Jew usually does on the bench. But,
awesome.
I think we got a good shot at going 3 out of 4 championships. I think we got as good a shot as anyone. We need we got one of our best players, a guy named Tony, who's this guy is the fastest guy you've ever seen. He played wide receiver for Grand Valley State. He's suffering from a sports hernia right now. We're hoping he gets healthy and back for the playoffs. And if we get him back and we can throw out a lineup of him, Aaron, Miguel Lacuda, Justin Patak, Francis, our pitcher, Frank Tanana, Greg Schultz. We just got a really deep team. It'd be nice if Josh Krieger could get his ox and make the trek from St. Clair all the way to Livonia. We haven't seen him. George Contis hasn't come to any dinners. So there's a few loose pieces there that aren't working out that great. But if we can mesh in the next 2 weeks, get Contis here for dinner, get Krieger out to play, get Bonds, who's a very good player. That's spelled Bonz. He's another key to our team. we got a full roster. I think we can take on those teenage punks and win another championship. Get the long sleeve shirt that I like to wear. Livonia Fall League champions, even though I don't have much to do with it because I stink and I got back problems. I hurt my back playing tennis a few weeks ago. I think, if you read about that. It's been kind of all over the blogosphere. I was going for a shot at the net and threw out my back, and it's still giving me a lot of problems. I'm taking Advil. I'm putting patches on my back. I'm icing it down, heating it. But I'm not, listen, I'm not a softball player. I'm a tennis player. I'm tennis moss. I'm not softball moss by any stretch of the imagination. So I think that's a pretty solid update. I got faith in our guys. If we show up with a lineup, our team, we hit like we did last week, I think, anything can happen in a one-game elimination. What it is one plays 4, 2 plays 3. You got to win 2 games. It's not a best-of-7 series. You know what happens in the NCAA.
Is it just a single game?
Single game elimination. Anything can happen. And there's times where our bats go silent. I'm not going to lie to you. I'll be completely up front and frank with you. And sometimes our bats go silent. But if we hit like we did last week and we turn over that lineup, and a big key is the bottom of our lineup. If Greg Schultz can get on base, if K2 can get on base, if Petro can get on base, those guys can get on base to set it up for our big guys like Cookie Monster and Lakuta and Aaron. I'm saying I think we're the very worst on even par with the teenage dirtbags to win this thing. So I'll keep you updated. The next week we play, like I said, one more week. We should win those 2 games, finish the year at 11-3, 1 or 2 seed, and then we go into the playoffs the following week. And I'll be managing my butt off, and hopefully we do it. I know you're rooting for us.
Yeah, I'll be rooting for you. Got to use the analytics and such, the game management.
Oh yeah, we do. We shift. We scout. I was trying to get Dan Raby out there this week to scout the teenage dirtbags because we got to know where these guys hit. Some guys can hit it deep, some guys don't. We know we got to know where to put them. Just got
a reply from Miguel
in right field. We got a solid outfield.
Yeah,
a team in earbud, but we got a really good outfield. When Tony's healthy, and you got Aaron and Tony and Miguel and Cookie Monster. I mean, they cover more ground than the Grand Canyon out there. I've never seen a softball outfield as good as that. So
yeah, Miguel Lakuta just told me that Miguel Lakuta just told me that a team in the league has a girl outfielder.
Yeah, and he's a little. I'm not going to lie to you. There's something going on there. There's an attraction.
Anybody can play.
She can hit and she can throw. She's got a better arm than me. Definitely got a better arm than Terp. So she's got a lot of tattoos. She's something else. I don't know. I haven't seen her since, but she's the only girl in the league that I've seen. Woman. I shouldn't say girl. So my battery's about to die on this computer. I'm down to 10%. So one more question, and then I got to go handicap for Keeneland tomorrow.
Yep.
Make it a good one, DTP.
Yep. Yeah, Dave Campbell just wanted to comment. Sounds like it's a team full of stupid frat boys.
Our softball team?
I don't know. I don't know who he's pointing out to. Which team?
We're definitely not frat boys.
No.
We are anti-frat. The only diva on our team, I would say, is Aaron, who brings his own chair, and he won't let anyone sit in it. He goes and sits in that chair. He won't let his niece even put, sand and dirt on it. He goes over there, sits on the chair, gets on his iPhone. I don't know what he's doing. He doesn't want his niece, Abby, even getting on his phone or putting dirt. That's his chair, and nobody's allowed to touch his chair. So he's kind of a diva about that. But frat boys, there's no frat boys. We're anti-frat.
I do have one more question. If you ever had time would you recreate the DSR website under a different platform or provider?
I just think that time's past, DTP. I don't care about the Detroit sports media. We're going on what, 5-6
I've got
years?
it covered for you.
And yeah, you got it.
I've got your back.
You've basically become, the heir to the throne, and I just don't have it in me anymore. I'm too old. I'm over the hill. I got a kid to take care of. I got a business to run, and I just can't do it anymore. And I just don't have it in me. You got to have it in. You got to have that internal combustion engine propelling you every day to do something that you're not being reimbursed for, just to entertain the masses. And I just don't have it inside me anymore. And all I want to do is play with my kid, watch Aladdin and Beauty and the Beast.
Oh, those movies? Yeah, my sister and I used to watch it when we were young. Yeah, my younger sister.
Bet horses, adjust insurance claims, and try to get my earnest money from this house situation, and be a good husband 10% of the time. I just, other than that, I just can't do the DSR anymore. So you got the Michigan Sports Truth. You're carrying the mantle. I appreciate everything you're doing, giving props.
I got Ed Smith and Frank Vashner.
Yeah,
alongside
giving
me.
Props to a defunct ticket broker, I think. So one more question, and then I got to go upstairs to the room, see if Willard's still breathing, and then handicap some races for tomorrow. I think it's already a 9:35. I've been up since my plane left here.
Is there any small chance that we can ever merge?
Listen, I'm giving you carte blanche. You are the heir apparent to the DSR. You can have it all. You can have my empire of dirt, as Trent Reznor once said. So take it, run with it. I have no other person to bequeath the website to. So
the Michigan Sports Truth podcast is now formally known as the DSR. I'll go ahead and say that.
Exactly. You can have it. I appreciate it. My computer's dying. I hope everyone enjoyed it. I don't make a lot of appearances.
If you have any updates, just secretly give them to me and I'll report it. And I'll give out the source just inside the team and not even mention you.
Well, don't let the cat out of the bag. But
right.
I appreciate it. We will talk again. I don't know when. Maybe when the earnest money situation resolves itself, I'll come on, give an update. Maybe I'll
message me everything.
Maybe I'll give you an update about the playoff situation. People are looking at me in this fucking bar like I'm absolutely insane. Like
that's all right.
I'm the only person in the whole state of Kentucky wearing a mask, and I'm wearing two. And I'm talking to a computer, doing a podcast.
You're the man.
Someone in McBain, Michigan, and but I got to go. I appreciate everything. Keep doing the good work that you're doing. Say hi to ELS. Say hi to
Frank Vashner.
Say hi to Buck Gino the Third.
Buck Gino, yes. I got to mention his name.
Out there, I'm still alive. I'm still here, and I appreciate it. If you want to keep up, my dog Marlo keeps things updated. And have a good night. And we love you, and we're thinking about you.
Mm-hmm.
And take care, everyone out there.
Definitely. Hit him with a hind.
Hit him with the hind.
Yep. And you can. Yep. So, like I said before, the Michigan Sports Truth podcast is now formally pronounced formally known as the Detroit Sports Rag, which was powered by Jeff Moss. And hey, I can. He can be a part. He can be a part of us. He can be a part of us from here on forward. So I mean, he says he's not going to be here on here too often because he's got other stuff to take care of. And yes, he and I can talk and such. So that was Moss's Diaper Rash Gang softball update. So that is it for our exclusive interview with Jeff Moss of what was once the Detroit Sports Rag on the Michigan Sports Truth podcast for October 7th, 2021 on Stables Media. Before we go, this show is sponsored by the Viget Sports mobile app where great fans cover. Use the hashtag GreatFansCover to support the Viget app. Download it from the Apple App Store or Google Play. Sign up and type in the referral code STABLES with a capital S and the rest of the letters being lowercase, including the letter B in the middle, as in billionaire for Stables Media. Also a shout out to Cali Tickets for sponsoring what once was the Detroit Sports Rag. Visit CaliTickets.com or call 877-225-8425 to purchase tickets to a featured event. That's 877-225-8425. So follow me on Twitter and Instagram at DT2Phillips. Follow Marlo Moss on Twitter at HowAboutIt91. That's Jeff Moss's dog. Follow our show, the Michigan Sports Truth Podcast, on Twitter and Instagram at Michigan_Truth. Like it on Facebook as the Michigan Sports Truth Podcast and follow it on LinkedIn. Thanks very much for listening, watching, downloading, and sharing. And remember, the truth is out there. TTFN, ta-ta for now. Power of the people. Hit them with a hind. We rest our case. Stay out of trouble.